Good evening, and welcome to the Kettering Praise Orchestra's 10th annual Celtic Celebration. A year ago, we had just finished our final rehearsal and were all set to head up to Michigan for our first ever tour when the COVID-19 lockdown occurred. We first canceled our tour and then a day later canceled our 9th annual Celtic Celebration concert. It would be an understatement to say we were disappointed. And here we are, a year later, presenting our 10th annual Celtic concert in a virtual format. Quite the experience we were all living. But I am excited to share with you a virtual retrospective as we look back over the 9 years of Celtic concerts and a few of the highlights associated with each of those concerts. We kicked tonight's concert off with the very first song we opened our very first Celtic concert with 9 years ago back in 2012. You will see first a clip from 2012 and then the ending clip shot in person just 2 weeks ago. Here is David Holsinger's fantasy on a Gaelic hymn song based on the Gaelic melody known to most as Morning Has Broken. The second song performed on that first Celtic concert is one of two songs I try to program in a different setting every year. And that would be Thou My Vision, one of the most popular Irish hymns of all time. The other is the beloved Danny Boy, which you will hear towards the end of the concert. Here now from 2012 is Be Thou My Vision, sung by Greta Schull.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought by day and by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Light of my soul, after victory won, may I reach heaven's gilt joys, all heaven's son. Heart of mine, O Lord, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of
That first Celtic concert also featured tenor Josh Weaker. We're so proud to claim Josh as one of our own. Just 2 weeks ago, Josh made his debut performance with the Dayton Opera as part of their presentation of Don Giovanni. Here now from 2012 is Josh Weaker's performance of one of Ireland's oldest known melodies, Darien Day, which translates the last wisp of smoke, referring to the sounds and life amongst the heather. At our second annual Celtic concert in 2013, we presented Leroy Anderson's six-movement Irish Suite, music from Riverdance, and had our own Celtic women trio. Here now is that trio made up of Bev Knapp, Crystal Morris, and Greta Schulz singing "O America."
Oh, America, you're calling. I can hear you calling me. You are calling me to be true to thee, true to thee. I will be. Oh, America, no weeping. Let there be no wounded heart. I will keep you in my keeping till there be a new start. And I will answer you, and I will take your hand and lead you to the sun. And I will stand by you, do all that I can do, and we will be as one. Oh, America, I hear you. From your prairies to the sea, from your mountains grand, and all through this land, you are beautiful to me. America, you're calling. I can hear you calling me. You are calling me to be true to thee, true to thee. I will be. And I will answer you, and I will take your hand and lead you to the sun. And I will stand by you, do all that I can do, and we will be as one.
As part of our Music from Riverdance section in 2013, we premiered an arrangement by John Mortensen for Uilleann Pipes and Wind Ensemble. Here now is Coo Collins' Lament on the Uilleann Pipes played by John Mortensen. At every Celtic concert, McCutcheon Music has graciously sponsored our reception. We so appreciate Jim and Deb McCutcheon's support over the years. In 2013, Jim McCutcheon performed the Spanish-flavored guitar solo with Praise Orchestra. Here is that performance of Fire Dance from Riverdance. As I went back and watched all of our previous Celtic concerts, one individual stood out playing a huge role throughout the years, and she is Cecilia Griselle. From multiple flute, piccolo, and Irish whistle solos to beautiful vocals, we have been blessed by her musical talent. Now, from our third annual Celtic concert, here is the 2014 world premiere of Steve Martin's arrangement of Caledonia, sung by Cecilia Griselle and directed by Steve Martin. Caledonia.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. In these last few days, I've been afraid that I might drift away. So I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I've come from. And that's the reason why I seem so far away today. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever
Steve Martin is a band director that teaches in the north suburbs of Chicago. Besides teaching band, he spends much of his time playing Irish sessions in the Chicago area. He has made the trip down to join us for 5 of our Celtic concerts. It is my pleasure to welcome my good friend, Steve Martin.
Thank you, Donald, and happy St. Patrick's Day. You know that you didn't have to twist my arm very hard for me to come and be a part of your Celtic celebrations. I cannot thank you enough for all the kindness and hospitality you, your wife Kristen, and precious little boy William have given me when you've invited me into your home on these events. William almost forced me to tears on one of my visits when I walked in the door and was greeted with a parade of all his favorite toys. You made your place my home away from home. I have many fond memories of the joy I had creating wonderful music and making new friends within the Kettering Praise Orchestra. During my first visit, I'll never forget hearing Cece singing my arrangement of Caledonia. It was breathtaking. It was also great catching up with past friends. Notice I didn't say old friends, like the Starkeys, the Kepkeys, and Beverly Knapp. Thank you to all the Kettering family. You will always have a special place in my heart. I will be playing 2 tunes. The first is a slip jig called The Snowy Path. It will be followed by a tune in real time called Music from a Found Harmonium. I hope you enjoy them.
Our fourth annual Celtic concert was packed. We had the Dayton Area Harp Ensemble, Rick and Tim's Irish Dancers, the SVA Stage Band, bagpipes, and green pea bones, just to name a few of the highlights. Let's look back at some of those memories from 2015, beginning with Greg Martin on the bagpipes with Amazing Grace. Air Force Lieutenant Shannon Young moved to Dayton right before our second annual Celtic concert and instantly became a huge part of our ensemble. From 2015, here is Shannon Young's soprano sax solo on the hauntingly beautiful Gabriel's oboe. In 2015, we commissioned composer Michael Brown to write us a trombone section feature. He chose the Irish-American vaudeville tune, My Irish Molly O, and wrote us a great arrangement. Here now is the world premiere from 2015 of My Irish Molly O, performed on green pea bones. When I decided to put together this virtual retrospective concert, I asked the group what were some of their highlights of the past 9 years of concerts. More than one member emailed me back stating what brings it to life is the passion that I exude when it is Celtic concert time. You see, I began my obsession with Irish music in 2002 when planning my first Celtic-themed concert at Spring Valley Academy. A year later, I had the opportunity to travel to Ireland for a 2-week trip around the Emerald Isle. It was life-changing. Shortly after that, my brother-in-law wrote a song about my newfound love of all things Irish, even though I wasn't Irish. Interestingly enough, just this past year, I took one of those ancestry DNA tests. I knew my grandmother had immigrated from Czechoslovakia when she was 9 years old, but was unaware of any Irish in my heritage. Surprisingly, my DNA result revealed that I have 22% Irish in me. So now I know why I love Irish music so much. Here now is that 2015 premiere of Born Irish, arranged by Steve Martin and performed by Brandon Kinnison.
The point of the song is you don't have to be born in Ireland to be born Irish. You don't even have to be Irish to be born Irish. I come from a land kept locked from the sea, but a rainy little island would be just the place for me. Me spoons and me bow run and the stomp of me feet. I'm taken home to Ireland and her cobblestone streets. I should have been born in County Cork, not living in the Midwest. So come on, listen to the chorus so I can get it off my chest. I was born Irish from far, far away, in the town of Bourbon instead of Old Galway. They play in Belfast, the Punjab Paddy by Gaelic Storm. And I was born Irish from far, far away, in the town of Bourbon instead of Old Galway. And I don't speak Gaelic, but give me a prayer. Born an Irishman in the Missouri Hills. And I don't need a pint to get me through the pain, 'cause I've got the luck of the Irish running through my veins. And not Galway Bay. And I don't speak Gaelic, but it would give me a thrill, 'cause I was born an Irishman in the Missouri Hills. And I don't speak Gaelic, and I guess I never will. Still I am an Irishman in the Kettering Hills.
The last clip from the 2015 Celtic concert is by the SVA Stage Band. The stage band performed a choreographed 4-song set by memory. From that performance, here is An Irish Party in Third Class. Do you want to go to a real party? fifth annual Celtic Celebration concert featured percussionist Elizabeth Procopio, soprano Stephanie Maurer, guest composer Samuel Hazo, and a new composition by Michael Brown. Unfortunately, the video footage from that year had some technical difficulties, but we have a brand new recording of that 2016 Michael Brown commission, Praise Ye the True God, for herald trumpets, organ, and wind ensemble. For that 2016 Celtic concert, Samuel Hazo was our guest conductor. He spent 2 nights in rehearsals with us and conducted 8 of his compositions on the concert. It was such a pleasure to have the opportunity to work with this legend of the band world. When the lockdown began a year ago, Shannon Young and myself started discussing doing a virtual video. It did not take long for us to decide on a piece. It was Samuel Hazo's Perthshire Majesty, one of my top 5 of all time. Here is Samuel Hazo's Perthshire Majesty, performed remotely by Kettering Praise Orchestra members and video produced by Shannon Young. 2017, our 6th annual Celtic concert, was the first that I created a subtitle for. Subtitled The History of Ireland, this concert featured songs telling the tragic history of Ireland and its influence on the world. We opened the concert with a new commission for Michael Brown inspired by the national anthem of Ireland. Written in the style of Gustav Holst's Fantasia on the Dargesan from the Second Suite for Military Band, here is Fantasia on the Soldier's Song by Michael Brown. Did you know that 40% of all Americans can trace some member of their family back to Ellis Island? Ellis Island was the gateway for millions of immigrants to the United States from 1892 to 1954. On any given day, as many as 5,000 people would file through Ellis Island, carrying all their worldly possessions, speaking in a babble of foreign languages from every corner of the earth, dazed, confused, hungry, yet relieved and exhilarated. The first immigrant to pass through Ellis Island was from County Cork, Ireland. Her name was Annie Moore, and she celebrated her 15th birthday on the very day she passed through Ellis Island. It was New Year's Day, 1892. From 2017, here is Jared McNaughton and the Praise Orchestra bringing you Steve Martin's arrangement of Isle of Hope.
On the first day of January 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. And the first to cross the threshold of the Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie Moore of Ireland, who was all of 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again, but the Isle of home is always on your mind. In her little bag she carried all her past and history, and her dreams for the future in the land of liberty. And courage is your passport when your old world disappears, 'cause there's no future in the past when you're 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again, but the Isle of home is always on your mind. When they closed Ellis Island in 1943, 17 million people had come there for sanctuary. And in springtime when I came here and I stepped onto its piers, I thought of how it must have been when you're only 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again, but the Isle of home is always on your mind. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears, but it's not the isle I left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again, but the Isle of home is always on your mind. But the Isle of home is always on your mind.
Also from 2017, here is Thunder and Lightning from Riverdance.
Thunder and lightning batter the rocks. The winds howl and great storms break on the forest, scatter the herds like grain. Fire leaps from dark to dark, fear and anger leap to meet it. We will not go down. We will not be beaten down like grain.
That was really good. Another great opportunity, though, to remind you that you can still, if you want, make a donation. That way, maybe next year, all of them could have drums. Because some just had trash cans. I don't know if you realize that. That's all they were. So donate where you can. Sorry. It's late.
I would like to recognize the 5 different hosts we have had over the past years at our Celtic concerts. Their words are what make the songs come alive, but they have also provided that needed comic relief. Check this out.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Celtic Celebration concert. To make sure your cell phones are silenced, even if they have a Celtic ringtone, that doesn't count.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I affectionately refer to this day as Happy St. Me Day.
I wish I had that much energy.
My name is Patrick Sean McCoy. I'm also known as the world's tallest leprechaun.
I was kind of partial to the old Danny boy for obvious reasons, I guess.
And tonight I'm dressed like the musicians you will notice. And this is the closest I will ever come to actually being a musician.
We're happy to have you here, and we're happy to have so many guests in the orchestra tonight.
There's more than just wind up there. So. Anyways,
It's also nice to see some green in the audience.
People call me Patty around these parts.
You can read his bio in the program. It's impressive. Has performed on television through many years, been singing pretty much all of his life.
I have the incredible privilege of serving as a pastor here at the Kettering Adventist Church, as well as being your host.
Yeah, you're lucky I didn't just introduce Selah.
That doesn't sound like dessert to me, but maybe it's a surprise, so.
Maybe you've heard the rumor that the Celtic women are actually here for tonight's concert, and I have confirmed, in fact, some of the women in our praise orchestra do have Celtic roots.
With those little tidbits out of the way.
Patty is much more commonly used as a female name. This was the one day a year where it made sense.
We do have Celtic women here tonight.
One of my favorite things is when I meet someone new and I tell them my name is Patty McCoy, and they actually, with interest, say, "Oh, Patty McCoy, is that Irish?" My typical response is, "No, actually it's German." And then I simply walk away.
At our 7th annual Celtic Celebration concert subtitled Hollywood and Broadway, we featured Celtic music both in Hollywood film and on the Broadway stage. Here is the love theme from the film Barry London, featuring Steve Martin on Irish whistle, Julianne Bernard on violin, and Cinnamon Peppo on harp. Next, from the film The Molly Maguires, here is Cecilia Griselle on piccolo playing the Penny Whistle Jig. The second half of the 2017 concert featured music from Broadway. From one of the biggest Broadway shows of the past 20 years, Riverdance. Here is the ending clip from Johann de May's arrangement for wind ensemble, Riverdance. 8th annual Celtic Celebration, subtitled Celtic in America. When I introduced this theme to the group in rehearsal, I asked for any additional song ideas the group might have to fit this theme. Later that night, Allison Weiser emailed me and suggested that Gaelic Storm song, Green, White, and Orange. Even though I am a big Gaelic Storm fan, I had not heard this song from their most recent album at the time. As soon as I listened to it, I knew we had to do it. I emailed it to Michael Brown and requested an arrangement, and he delivered. Sung by Mark Peoples, here is our 5th commission from Michael Brown, Green, White, and Orange from 2018.
Cross the waters, thousands at a time. All we owned was in our hands. Holding tight to faith in something we could find in this strange and distant land. We took one last look behind. Open hearts and open minds. And these colors that we held so dear before are blended now together here on foreign shores. My green, white, and orange, the red, white, and blue. Yeah, my green, white, and orange, the red, white, and blue. Young and hungry, ready for the brawl. We were driven by desire. No way back, we were prepared to risk it all. We'd been tempered by the fire. We built the roads, we built the rails. We shared our songs, we shared our tales. Now our colors fly together side by side, and we lift them to the sky with peace and pride. My green, white, and orange, red, white, and blue. Yeah, my green, white, and orange, the red, white, and blue. Your colors, every woman, every child, every man. Our song has just begun. We fall together if together we don't stand. We are many, we are one. Not everyone will live to see what we dream this world to be. When we doubt, we'll have the strength to see it through. These colors show us all the way to what is true. My green, white, and orange, the red, white, and blue. Yes, my green, white, and orange, my red, white, and blue. It's my green, white, and orange, my red, white, and blue. Yes, my green, white, and orange, my red, white, and blue. Yes, my green, white, and orange, my red, white, and blue.
We would like to bring you one other song from 2018. Ashokan Farewell will feature our very own Karina Beebe on fiddle, accompanied by Cinnamon Peppo on the harp. This piece takes us to New York, specifically the Catskill Mountains, where it has served as the goodnight or farewell waltz at the annual Ashokan Music and Dance Camp. The song gained success with its use in the television series The Civil War. Here is Ashokan Farewell. our 9th annual Celtic Celebration subtitled Stories and Songs. This will be remembered as the concert that never happened. We had an all-star lineup program with the best songs of the previous years ready to go, and then COVID hit. We had a brand new commission from Michael Brown ready that has just been waiting to be premiered. So we decided to premiere it a year later virtually on tonight's concert, and hopefully we can premiere it live a year from now. The song is the Piano Guys version of Rachel Platten's Fight Song, arranged by Michael Brown for bagpipes, pipe drum, and wind ensemble. Here is the story behind the song. First, in the woods of Rachel Platten. When I wrote Fight Song, I was in a particularly low point. I needed to remind myself not to give up, that I still believed in myself, and that I still had fight left. I didn't intend to write Fight Song, for the world to hear, to be honest. I wrote it because I needed it. And I wrote it because I needed that reminder, and I needed hope. And maybe there was this place in my heart that I believed this could still happen. And the fact that it did is crazy. Within 72 hours of hearing her song on the radio for the first time, Rachel Platten was signed to a major label. Now here is what the Piano Guys wrote about their arrangement of Rachel's song. In a world where we too often talk about our differences, we have at least one thing in common. We all struggle. Not in the same way, nor at the same level, but we all want a fighting chance. And we all share in one gift, the will to make the most of our lives. To take what we've been given and to turn it into something better could be considered the sentient measuring stick of success. But to do so seldom is simple and more often requires we fight, not against each other, but against the current threatening to drown the ambition in us. There is tremendous purpose in struggle. It is when the struggle becomes so fierce that we must fight to swim or sink. John Newton, who penned Amazing Grace, worked on a slave trade ship and condoned inhuman atrocities. It was when his ship was on the verge of being torn apart in a violent storm when he called out for grace. When his feet were once again planted on firm soil, he determined to change. His covenant was written into these words, "I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see." Grace is the defining moment when we face and fight a monster poised to define us or destroy us. The Piano Guys chose the Scottish culture to depict the dichotomy between grace and struggle. Who else is tough enough and yet delicate enough to don a kilt in battle? And the Scottish pipe and drum are the ultimate conveyors of melody and cadence. One represents grace, the other the indomitable fight. The Piano Guys video was filmed at one of the most iconic castles on the earth, the Líne Donan Castle in Donie, Scotland. Here now is the world premiere of Michael Brown's arrangement of Fight Song for wind ensemble, Highland pipes, and pipe drum. From the 2019 Celtic Celebration, the best-loved Irish song of all times, the unofficial Irish-American anthem, Danny Boy, sung by Jeremy Winston.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But if he come when all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be, he'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear, though soft, your tread above me, and all my dreams will warm and sweeter be. If you're not fail to tell me that you love me, then I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Then I shall sleep in peace until you come to me.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight for this virtual retrospective. My hope is that we can all be together a year from now, in person, for our 11th annual Celtic Celebration. We now leave you, as we have at every Celtic Celebration concert, with this parting blessing. May the road rise to meet you, the wind be always at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, the rain fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.